Positively Muskegon, Andy O'Reilly down at the Farmers Market today. I've got Rachel McCoy from Mercy Health Partners and Missy Gallegos here, who is with the Talk Sooner campaign. It's a touchy subject to approach with kids and parents, and everybody's afraid of it. It's certainly a big part of my life, and that's addiction. And how do you and when do you start talking to kids about the dangers of alcohol and substance abuse and things like that? This is a multi-county undertaking, as I understand. Correct, Missy?
Yes, it is.
Talk a little bit about what goes on with Talk Sooner.
Well, Talk Sooner, again, like you mentioned, it's multiple counties, and so there's multiple coalitions that fall within these different counties. And so what we do is we come together in a collaboration and we work on sending one single and that positive same message every time to parents. We're trying to, that like you said, that early conversation is difficult to talk about drugs, and so Talk Sooner has developed multiple media outlets that we can reach to parents to deliver that hard message and create those conversations.
At what age is, and Mercy here in town, that's what Rachel's doing. Say hi, Rachel.
Hi.
She's here, yeah. Mercy helps spread the message here in Muskegon with the Health Project and everything else you guys do.
Correct. The Health Project and Missy Gallegos from Public Health, we work together in Muskegon County to really spread the message here in Muskegon County about the campaign, about the resources that are available to the parents in Muskegon County.
And there's a lot.
There is, yes.
There's a lot of resources, and you know, I'm gonna go back a little bit to when I was a kid. You know, I started off as a Ritalin kid, which was, you know, he's a twit, let's get him on Ritalin. And then from there, that turned me into an insomniac, which made me start to drink. And this is when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
What is the age that parents should start considering to have these talks with these kids to keep them away from those kind of problems?
Well, Andy, you said 12.
12?
That's as early as the age of 12. That's
Really?
what statistics show, that in West Michigan, kids as early as the age of 12 are now trying alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs.
And where are they coming from? Are they finding them at home? Are they finding them out on the street?
Well, it can be a combination of all sorts of different places. Friends, I know that for our prescription drug, for MAMDP, you know, we really focus on having parents and older adults really contain their prescription bottles and their pills, you know, keep them locked away so no one can get into those cabinets and have access to them. It's more about restricting access to alcohol and preventing these type of, you know, misfortunes to happen in the first place, where kids can get a hold of them and get addicted very soon.
Really
early.
soon?
Yes.
And we were talking before we came on camera, you know, I've got a lifetime of hindsight behind me. And, you know, there's an argument for or against any kind of conversation or use or whatever, you know, hey, don't bother me in my house and all that kind of stuff. But here's the problem. I found that through starting that young as a drinker, and I was a drug abuser. I was a prescription drug abuser at 12. I mean, I was in the hospital with seizures when I was 13 years old because I OD'd on Ritalin. But, you know, where was I going with this? See what happens when that's what happens when you're a teen. All these conversations can happen at homes, but the reality is that kids don't develop properly if they are under the influence of substances.
Yes.
Correct. The adolescent brain is still developing within your early 20s.
Yeah.
So there have been research studies that have proven that marijuana or any type of, you know, drugs of that type of extreme can really, you know, reduce your IQ 6 points.
Right.
And it may be, you know, a one-time use, or it may be consistent use.
Yes.
So
in fact, for marijuana, I believe it's 1 out of every 6 youth or adolescents who actually ever try can become addicted. So 1 out of those 6 can become addicted.
And the thing is with addiction is that it does not discriminate. You know, it varies from person to person. So I could do drugs and never become addicted, but then Missy here, you know, could very easily become addicted, and it could turn her life all the way around.
And it
it's
does.
Just very person.
I mean, it could,
Yeah.
but it does. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I lived it.
Yeah.
I'm walking proof. I came from a fairly well-to-do household. I came from a very good background of parents that were there and took care of us and all this other stuff. As time went on, and I found an easier, softer way to get through problems and cast all that development aside, I took it because that's what I knew.
Yeah.
And it necessarily wasn't that great of a thing because, you know, it took me till I was 33 to figure out that life has to turn around.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the app.
Okay.
There's an app that people can get for their phone, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
How do we go about getting this app? Talk about it. Missy.
Okay. So
Rachel, you're hogging all the time.
The apps work for either Android or iPhone,
Yep.
which is really cool. So you can go to the Apple Store on your iPhone and download the app there. It's really easy to download, and then you can also download it. I believe it's the Play Store through your Android.
Okay.
So you can download it there as well. And it's really cool. It's really accessible. It's on your phone. It's easy to use. So let's say you're out somewhere heading to the mall and all of a sudden your kid brings up a conversation, or you see perhaps a Talk Sooner billboard up on the side of the road and you want to bring up that conversation.
Sure.
And you're not really sure how to answer a question that your child may have asked. Hey, you have your phone right there. The app is on your phone. Just take it out and just go under Learn and see what there is to learn about all the drugs that are out there, and might help answer the question that your child is asking.
And let me
And
say,
it's free.
It's free.
It's
And
free.
it's free.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
Let me
it's
say
totally
this too.
free.
There's no shame if your kid asks you a question. There's really no shame in saying, you know, I don't know the answer to that right now, but I'll get back with you on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any problem in
There
that.
is none.
You know,
No.
it's better than going, well, I don't want to talk about that, you know, and
No.
sweeping it under the rug and making it somehow
Yeah.
dirty and shameful and things like
Yeah.
that.
And for me, for myself personally, being a parent, I see the benefits of this app because I have a 16-year-old daughter, and I've had these conversations with her before. And so for me, this app is, I see the benefit of it. I see the empowerment piece that it comes with to empower those parents, to give them that jump start to start that conversation.
Sure.
And
That's
to
very
be-
difficult.
To be influential and, you know, to start that conversation very young, you know, as a parent.
I mean, some are saying 10 years old.
Yes.
You really start at 10 years
Yes.
old.
And Andy, our target population is, you're talking about as early as 10.
Yeah.
So 10 to 18 years of age.
No kidding. To get the word out and talk to them. With you having a 16-year-old daughter, which I would have never guessed in a million years, congratulations on looking like you're 20. I gotta find the fountain of youth, or in my case, middle age. Do you have the kind of relationship with your daughter where that's an easy conversation, or is it difficult?
It's difficult. Regardless of our relationship, no matter how good it is, it's a difficult topic.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter how well you get along with your children, that topic, just like sex, is always going to be a difficult topic.
It is.
So,
I remember my dad trying to have that talk with me about sex. It was the most awkward, crazy thing. He like brings it up, and I'm looking at him going, huh? What?
Yeah.
You want to talk about this?
yes.
I already know it all from the bus, Dad.
Yeah. But there's value in those
Yeah,
conversations,
very
right?
much so.
And so I think Talk Sooner has done a really great job at putting together a toolbox, you
Yeah.
can say, so that parents can dive into.
It's a great thing. We could go statistics and all that stuff all day long, but that's not really the point here. The point is to let people know that there is a resource for you now that's free, and it's easy to get, and it's going to give you at least a heads up on where to start these conversations and when to start them and how it. I mean, in my opinion, if you got your 13-year-old that shows up home from a party and they're liquored up, it's a little late.
Yep.
You know, you can sit down and have them, you can chew them out, you can talk to them, you can give them all the scary statistics and all that other kind of stuff. But if you get them younger and you get them to the point where they're not going to show up like that,
Yeah.
because they know that it's part of development,
Yeah.
maybe that's the best angle. Don't you think?
It is. Prevention is. And then we also have a tab on our or a link on our website on Talk Sooner that provides treatment options.
Oh, good.
So like if we do come to that point in someone's life or a young adolescent's life, then we have options for the parents as well.
Sure. Yeah, I look back at my teen years. I had a tab in a bar by the time I was 17. I didn't even have to pay for beer. I just walked in, ordered it, and walked out, went and paid for it on payday. I mean, I don't fault my parents because I was sneaking around behind their back and all that kind of stuff. And this kind of stuff wasn't available to them back then to learn how do you start talking to this kid that's clearly on a slippery slope. And I slipped. And I failed miserably, but bounced back, and here we are.
Our tagline is talk early, talk often, talk
Yeah,
sooner.
talk
So around this time of the year, we're promoting a huge campaign that's taking place July 1st. It just started, so you're going to be seeing a lot of billboards and Facebook ads throughout the county and throughout West Michigan, and it's going to end September.
Yep.
So you're going to start to see a lot of those red billboards with the Talk Sooner logo and
Message.
The message.
messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the app.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Missy, Rachel, thanks so much for coming down today.
Oh,
It's a
no,
great app. I
thank
think
you.
it's an exciting thing. I would like to say that this is going to save everyone that's going to run into a problem with drugs or alcohol. It's not. I mean, we got to be realistic about that. But it's a great tool for parents to maybe get that first step. And like anything I do with alcoholism or drug addiction or anything like that, if you can save one, you won the day.
Yep.
I think. So make sure you get that app. We'll put all the links here on Positively Muskegon. Missy, Rachel, you guys are going to go out and enjoy the beach, I understand, since it's about 95 degrees. You don't have to work the rest of the day, do you? Just say the interview took forever and you guys that Andy was a pain in the butt and all that.
Top secret, Andy.
Stevie, if you're watching this, I'm heading back to the office.
No, she ain't.
Oh,
Talk
my
sooner.
boss is out of the office. I'm good.
Talk sooner. It's important for your kids. It's important for you. And thanks, guys, for coming down on Positively Muskegon.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.